Bill Cosby returns to television with something new, own unique style.
You gonna be in there long?
Norton Furniture is here for you. Now, seriously, if you can't get credit in my store, you can't get credit anywhere. My name is Mark, and you can count on it.
540, join.
Join the fun. All have some.
Blow it up now, give it a whack. Turn up the fun with Balzac. Hit it.
Hello. I am sorry, but I must
31
interrupt this
Grammy.
show.
Later, you know what it is. Hey, ham solo. It's time, baby. Low. It's turn out we do. Hey.
They said we said we it. They said we said we on. They said we said we strong. They said we said we go. We say that you heard right. 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 They said we said we it. They said we said we on. They said we said strong. They said we said go. We say that you heard right. 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 Man, I swear that it's imminent. I've been going so hard on my penmanship. About to go in and buy me a whip. And I pull that shit fresh off the dealership. I can leave you in red like an Xbox. Got me laughing at you like you red fox. Got you chasing Hot Wheels like a matchbox. EA running the game and it don't stop. Super cold like I'm playing for Blizzard. Got you all in my sights like Red Dead Redemption. Never gonna slip on my pimpin'. Better get out my way, bitch, I'm on a mission. Really ain't no competition. I'm steady grilling opposition. I'm get up and ready to win. They can play it how they play, but fuck what you say. I'm getting this money today. Last of us like a dying breed. Down the ride like a noble steed. Fatality moves, I make it bleed. That's on any game, that's on any screen. Shut up and give me your money. They said we so lit. Even if I take an L, we coming back just to show that we don't quit. They said we hit. They said we on. They said we strong. They said we go. We say that you heard right. 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 They said we it. They said we on. They said we strong. They said we go. We say that you heard right. We say that you heard right. We say that you heard right. We say that you heard right.
Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of Everything Plus Gaming on TSWS Gaming. I'm Luke7. Today, it looks like I'm going to be doing it solo. So this might be a very short episode, which might not be terrible. Essentially, we've got the whole PS6 thing going on, and I've never tried to lie to anyone about this. I'm not the most technical member of the TSWS team. Not really my thing to be, sitting there and telling you about teraflops. Yo, Fuzzy, welcome. I'm like I was saying, I'm not really the most technical person on the TSWS crew. So I would be lying if I sat here and I started breaking down exactly what market. Well, I'm going to try to do that, right? I'm going to try and do exactly that, and also not to sound like a complete idiot while I do it. But the news broke a couple of hours ago. If I'm not mistaken, about 3, 4, 5 hours ago, and I've essentially. Hey, Oshus, welcome in. So I've essentially been doing a forced crash course on what the hell Mark Cerny was saying in this video. Oshus, how are you? What have you been playing?
I'm good, man. What have I been playing? It's always such a because I play so many things. I think the last thing I played was Persona. Is it 4 Golden? Yes, that's probably it. Persona 4 Golden is the last thing I played.
Persona 4 Golden.
Yeah, but I just installed Mass
Okay,
Effect.
did you finish it?
No, dude. I don't Who has the time? That game is huge. I finished it on PS2, but I haven't finished it on Xbox yet.
I finished Crime Scene Simulator today, this afternoon, actually.
Cool. I saw it helps to have all that time, ne?
It does. It does. I'm planning on finishing the first Berserker before the end of the month. So in the next 2 weeks, I plan on finishing the first Berserker before Outer Worlds comes out. Sorry.
Yeah, no, like maybe I'll have finished Wu Chang by then. That's my
Maybe.
goal. Well, I need to finish it before I part ways with Game Pass.
Oh, settle down. They won't increase the price for us. They know we're just a bunch of brokies in Africa.
It's still the
Why
notification.
increase the price?
Some people
What?
got 4th of November. Some people got. I got 4th of November. They said that will be the last. That's when they're gonna increase the
Wait,
price.
you got the notification?
Yeah, I got the via my Google email. I got the notification for Microsoft. I'm just checking for it now. So yeah, they said to me basically I've got 1 month. Someone else said that they've got up until the 4th of December. So, but let me just check. I'll check
It
my
depends.
actual Microsoft subscription portal. It'll tell me what's my
Uh-huh.
next charge.
So
But
how many
in the
rands are we talking about? How many
so
rands are we talking about?
it's currently 199 rands if you current price. If it goes up, it'll
Yeah?
be 359 a month, which is still not 50%.
359.
349, yeah,
349.
yeah, which is not too bad. But still, it's too much bloat, man. Like I had to look at it. It's just I don't need that much content, unfortunately. Um,
You don't need that much content.
no, like I was thinking about it. Like whenever this whole thing started, I actually went into my library and checked and did like an honest analysis of like how many games have I played in the last like 3 weeks out of that, and last year, and how
Yeah.
much of all this other stuff am I actually using? All it's doing is it's splitting my time between many games, and I don't really finish any games. That's the problem.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
you have to be honest with yourself and say, well, this looks good on my library when I scroll through my games, but it makes it so
But am I gonna
difficult.
play it?
Analysis by choice where you just got too much shit, man. Like you just don't get to the stuff that you should be. Whereas if you buy a game, it costs you so much, you feel it, you go and you play it and you finish. That's how, anyways, I used to do it back in the day. So
All
that's
right.
where we are, man.
All right. That's fair enough. Big Mad Mo says it's cap. What's cap, Big Mad Mo? What's cap? Also, welcome in. And
No,
I saw that final message you sent yesterday asking for the next Football Manager stream. I'll come through on Saturday. I'll come through on Saturday for the next stream. Sometime before the actual bull sitting stream. It's funny when they had nothing coming out, you complained about them having nothing. Now they got shit coming out. Is too much. Make up your damn mind. Make it make sense.
is that Mo?
Oshes, I'm just saying, like he's
Nah,
not capping.
nah, that's not true. I
There's
never.
a lot of logic there. There's a lot of
No,
logic.
it's not the same thing. Like what he's like, this is this whole thing of like sort of misrepresenting a point. Like everyone was complaining about the fact that again, it's so difficult. Like
I
to
was
trace the
not.
look. I've never. My main thing is like I've always had confidence that Xbox would eventually get this date. I don't remember ever complaining that they don't have games out because I believed in Phil Spencer. I believed in his vision, and
Uh-huh.
that's not a complaint. I'm not a PlayStation guy, so I never had that complaint, Big Mad Mo. And again, I was like on Game Pass when it came out, like 2018, day one. So this has never been a problem. I've never, out of all the things I've complained about, I've never complained about um, Game Pass not having enough games. That's a PlayStation thing. It's ponies that have that.
Oh, okay. So you've never complained about Game Pass not having enough games.
No, like what I'll say this: I did complain about the fact that number one, Xbox launched the Series X and S with no games for that hardware primarily. They then continued for 2 years in a straight in a row, where there were no games that came out or that they put out at that time, and as a result of that, that's when they started to lose serious market share. If you go back to the first 2 years of this generation, They made market. Sorry, they made profit year on year. I think it's in the third or the fourth year where they started to lose money and started to lose market share
Mm-hmm.
or no growth in console sales year on year because they had no hardware.
Yeah.
So by the time Starfield comes around, it's too late. It's way too little, too late because your competition is just packing. Like every single time they have an opportunity, they are going to money cap a game and make it an exclusive. So it is what it is, man. We are where we are.
All right. All right. That's also Cap, your pony with an Xbox. All right, y'all can finish this in the chat, because I also agree with Big Mad Mo that you are a pony with an Xbox. If you
Mo
could,
is
Oshus, you would probably turn
I don't
your
even own
Xbox
a
into a
PS5 though. That's
PS5.
the weird thing. Like
That's what
I
I'm
don't
saying. The
own
thing,
PS5.
that's the thing. That's the thing.
I'm on
If I
PC,
was to
bro.
give you the offer, if I was to give you the offer of like, all right, give me your Xbox, I'll give you a PS5, you would
No,
bite my hand off.
hell no. I
You
would
would
not do
bite
that.
my hand off.
Because the thing
Yeah,
is,
sure, but
no. Why? Like I don't have like 1,500 like to $2,000 to go spend on building a library on PlayStation's platform. It's nonsensical to me. Like even I've got quite a few games on PS4 that look great on PS5, which is again incentive for me to buy a PS5, but I haven't.
you're a pony. Stop it. You're a
Come on.
pony. So, did you watch this video with Mark Cerny or no?
No, like this stuff. Like to me, look, this stuff doesn't mean anything anymore. Like, so what? Like, what does this mean? Like, all the games are gonna look the same in
I
annual.
I I watched some videos. I watched some videos from people that are techs that are supposed to be tech savvy, and I took some notes.
Yeah.
My plan actually was to come and share the notes here on the show, and then we could maybe discuss. PlayStation 6 Dustborn Edition is for low. All right, let's get into it. Bear in mind, everyone, bear in mind, I am not the most tech savvy member of the TSWS team. All right, I'm not.
I know all the
Essentially,
things as a PC gamer.
what?
Like I know
What?
all the teraflops and whatever, but again, to me, none of this makes a difference because graphics are not really getting better. Like, what is this gonna improve? It means more ray tracing, more games that are
All right, let me
unoptimized.
get into it. God damn it.
Okay.
Okay, so first things first, there is no firm PS6 confirmed. Mark Cerny talked around the whole thing the whole time, but there's no firm, oh yeah, PS6 is confirmed. Just a bunch of breadcrumbs and innuendo to let our imaginations run wild. Right? That's the first thing. That's my first takeaway. Second, there's three new tech breakthroughs according to this video. Right? First one is neural arrays. So think of it like GPU cores teaming up and sharing the work instead of doing little islands of work alone. The neural arrays help with upscaling, which make graphics look better, and denoising, cleaning up visual noise more efficiently. Games look sharper without totally hammering performance. So this is important. These neural arrays. The first breakthrough looks like it's going to be significant. The second breakthrough is Radiance Cores, a dedicated piece of hardware focused only on lighting and ray tracing style effects. Effectively, this matters because it lets the GPU and CPU split tasks better. GPU handles lighting and visuals, CPU handles geometry, physics, etc. This means richer lighting without tanking FPS. I'm not super techie. The Radiance cores thing sounds like bullshit to me. It does sound like bullshit. The third breakthrough, according to this video, this interview, is universal compression. So this is when data is squeezed smartly before sending it to memory. So you only move what you really need. This reduces memory bandwidth waste, which is one big choke point in today's hardware. So more detailed textures, smoother frame rates, less streaming in, pop up. Oshes, thoughts from everything I just said there.
So what does this mean for gameplay and graphics? That's all I want to know.
What it means is you're going to have much better upscaling, so less games that aren't sharp. It's going to be easier for games to be visually sharp, and the reduction of memory bandwidth, which causes issues with FPS and pop up. Sorry, you know, pop in when you're playing the game, and then it starts popping in. You're gonna have less pop in, less games that will have tanking FPS. But
But
I
didn't
want
this?
to add a little caveat. I want to add a little caveat. Sorry, Oshis, before you go, I want to add a little caveat. I think this gen and last gen we saw lots of developers that kind of proved that mostly it's not even the hardware, it's just the developers.
Mm,
Because the same because Borderlands 4 came out busted as all hell, but then you look at Battlefield 6 and it's totally fine. Bigger
but
scale, bigger
yeah.
destruction, bigger everything. And that's just one example off the top of my head. There's other examples of games that came out running beautifully, looking fantastic. And then there's other games that although we have to admit, yes, they were kind of demanding, they failed in terms of the basics, reducing problems with FPS, pop in, and visual noise. Go ahead.
So can I ask you a question? How many of those games ran on the Unreal Engine that actually looked good and actually
That's
ran
the
the way
issue.
they were supposed to? And
That's
again,
a good
like
point.
because like Battlefield, you mentioned Battlefield 6 up top. That's the Frostbite engine. That's an engine that EA has had for over a decade now. It's the same engine that they make everything on, and so you have engineers that understand the engine that can optimize and squeeze every nook and cranny of power out of it. And then you have this general purpose thing that was supposed to be so amazing and change the way we play games, and all it's
But
done is
everyone's
just
struggling with it.
yeah. Like I mean, the fact that Borderlands 4, a game that looks like a cartoon, cannot run properly on that engine to me baffles me. And it's because of all this lighting and all this ray trace. It's all these things that I feel are not improving the two core things why we play games, and that's gameplay and graphics.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Would you like?
Actually, the the
Sorry,
three
go.
innovations we just spoke about are literally facilitate these graphics that you were pointing out. Neural
Mm.
arrays, radiance cores, and universal compression. Most of it is it's right here detailed in my notes. Pop in, reducing tanking FPS, visual noise, and what's it? Making images sharper. So there's nothing about gameplay that was brought in here.
Yeah, like I mean, it's
Which
hard to sell. I won't lie though, it's hard to sell a new console on gameplay. How do you do that?
How do you do that?
I mean, like
Um,
before you actually
have
like
have a
show off the.
proper roadmap. Oshus, have a proper
Yeah.
roadmap. Start developing for the PS6 right now. And then when you announce the PS6 in 2027, 2028, you don't just announce the PS6. You
Yeah.
announce the PS6 with like 8 monster games. 4 will be coming out in the first year, the other 4 the year after. Just
Look, I
like they
agree.
used to do it back then. Like, if something ain't broke, don't fix it. That's how I feel about it. If you still want to sell consoles, then you need to lead with the games, because people don't buy consoles for the console's sake. Well, actually, let me take that back. People do, like the FTC lawsuit showed us, people do buy consoles for the console's sake. If you look at the top selling games, top 10, nothing about all these like exclusives or whatever. It's just Madden, FIFA, blah blah blah. 108 Dragons. Welcome in, Lemon. Welcome in, Lemon. Get comfortable. Smash the like button. I hope you're having a good one. PS6 will be $999 with no stand or disc drive. I don't know where you heard that. So no guarantee on a new PS console. They are focused on PS5 and PS4 consoles, like they said in that very scripted fireside chat, and nobody listened. Exactly, dude. This leads me to my next takeaway from the whole thing. These AMD innovations, Ushers, these are not
Uh-huh.
PlayStation exclusive.
No, they're not. Like this is just stuff that they're gonna be doing across their platform. And you know what the worst thing about like this whole thing on console is the fact that aside from Nintendo, Nvidia, the true leaders in graphical fidelity, are not part of this conversation. Um, and this is why I also feel that like it would be so different. I promise you, it would be such a different climate if, let's say, for instance, AMD had a deal with Xbox and Nvidia had a deal with PlayStation. You would see real competition because each one would be pushing very
Yes.
different technologies, and it would
Okay.
mean something. Because it's AMD tech, it means nothing. It just means like because all the games will look the same on both platforms anyway, with slight tweaks. But you're never gonna get like the sort of difference you got between the PS3 and say the 360.
Yeah. Yeah. So those are the changes, or that's the announcement essentially, guys. I'm sorry to burst your bubble. If you're a PlayStation super fan, I'm sorry to burst your bubble. Essentially, we're talking about lighting, processing speed, and detailed textures. That's what the whole thing was. And to add insult to injury, it's not a PlayStation exclusive. None of the like lighting. None of these are actually PlayStation features. This is just
Yeah.
AMD. So it's going to be on the next Xbox, and it's going to be on your PC if you want to buy the next AMD graphics card.
Yep.
I don't know, man. Like I saw people losing it on social media, Oshus, and I just thought, like, this is not something worth losing one's mind over.
Nah. And I mean, like they just also there was some talk about the new Xbox. I think it was I saw Colt Eastwood. I saw Moore's Laws did. Also talking about the new Xbox hardware that it's going to be the biggest chip in any console, and I'm like, okay, so I don't give like the way that they hyped up the Series X as this, and it was a super powerful console, but I can't tell you today what fucking velocity architecture does. Sorry for swearing, but like that was what they sold us, velocity architecture. 90% of all that gobbledygook they said about velocity architecture never materialized. The only thing that did materialize was the fast loading, the quick resume, and that was about it. Everything else that they promised in the future, no, games will get smaller in size because of our super optimized velocity architecture. None of that ever happened.
Load screens still exist.
Mm.
Pop
And
up,
funny enough,
pop in is
which
still
was
a
the
thing.
think about it, which was the most egregious game when it comes to loading in between areas this generation,
Most
and who
egregious.
made
I
it?
don't know. I don't keep track. I don't keep track.
It starts with the S, ends
Oh,
with the D.
Starfield. Oh my God.
And guess who
Oh,
made it? Guess
just
who made
that 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 triggers me, man.
the
Who made it?
progenitors
What do you
of?
mean?
Yeah, it was made by the progenitors of velocity architecture. Now you never have
There
to
you go.
worry. It's I'm so tired of all this marketing speak.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what? After this past gen, like everyone knows, I'm tired of expressing my frustration with these last two consoles, the PS5 and the Series X. If I knew what I was getting into day one, I'd have just left the consoles and just gone to get a PC. If I'm
Facts.
being honest, that's what I would have done. That's what I would have done day one. I would still have my PS4. I'll still have my One X.
Oh, the One
I don't know
X.
what the fuck I'd be doing. I don't know what I'd be doing with them. But I wouldn't have bought the Xbox Series X or the PS5 if I knew what I was getting scammed on. I feel like I got scammed. I'm
I
just
think it
being
is.
honest. Sorry?
Well, the upside. I think I no, I said I think we all feel scammed. You know what the upside is? You if you have
What?
a PS, if you have a PS5 or you have an Xbox, you can sell it for a profit. They actually have grown in value over the generation, which is baffling. So those consoles
Yeah,
actually, you can get more money for them than you could the first or 2 years that they were out, which is just it just makes me just go, what the fudge? What is this timeline?
yeah, yeah. It's gone to crap. You know what? I'm leaning towards doing it. I'm leaning towards just pulling the trigger and being like, you know what, screw it, man. I'm out anyway. Like I haven't touched. I'm not like this is not console warring or anything like that. I haven't touched my PS5 for months. I haven't touched my Series X for months. That's just the truth of it.
But I
That's
wouldn't
just the
sell
truth
my
of it.
PS5 though, because like a lot of those games are still not gonna come to PC for if ever.
Which game? Which game is not gonna come to PC?
But on PS5,
Yeah.
ba. I think quite a few. Let's see.
Which one? I'm asking for one.
I can't
I'm
think of one off
asking
the top
for
of my
one
head. So.
game that is not coming to PC.
But you've already bought all these games on for a premium, know-how. And you're not gonna
Yeah,
get
yeah. I know.
the thing is with the software, you're not gonna get your money's worth back.
No, but listen. No, I understand what you're saying. But listen, I'm that guy, and Ham clocked me very quickly. I'm that guy. I don't like clutter. I don't like to have stuff just for the sake of having stuff, right?
No.
I've
Oh no, that
abandoned physical games. I play digital, 100%. Um, I don't believe in, oh, this controller broke, these headphones broke. I'ma just keep it around or whatever. Dude, if I'm not using it, I don't need it. That's how I live, especially with this tech stuff. I'm not trying to create clutter. I like clean, organized spaces.
yeah. No, I feel you on that. Look, I'm a hoarder. I hoard everything. I keep every box of every
Yeah.
electronic thing that I buy. So that I think that's where me and you differ. So like I always say to people, I loved my. You know what's my favorite? I think you know what's the best console ever made in terms of just technology and design. Actually, I want to know yours. What is yours? What would you say is the best? Which console do you look at and you just want to hold? You're like, oh, this thing's so beautiful. Not
In terms
games
of
like
appearance,
that's the appearance. Yeah.
aesthetics.
Let's say
Ah,
appearance and then horsepower. Just super. It does just amazing things. Like your
okay,
ship is
appearance.
blow
Just
away. Yeah,
appearance.
but like all the
Just
superficial
appearance.
stuff, not games, not game quality and any of that stuff.
Yeah, just how the box looks first, right?
Yeah.
For me, the PS2 Slim, that little thing, for me, that was peak. That was fucking peak. I haven't seen a console that
The
looked
PS2 Slim.
so. Yeah, the
Uh,
little.
yeah,
Do you remember
I've
the
got like
PS2
four
Slim?
of those. I've got like four of those.
I think that's the most aesthetically pleasing console that has ever existed. And not just for gamers. I'm saying you could put that in someone's living room that doesn't even play video games. And if it's a nice like TV stand or wherever you put your decoder or whatever, you could put a PS2 on one of those nice cabinets where you put books on, and it
Mm.
looks mwah. There's no console that looks as beautiful as the PS2 Slim, and that is as versatile and visually appealing as the PS2 Slim. Everything else, it kind of sticks out, in my opinion, like a sore thumb. Whereas the PS2 Slim, you could put it in almost any setting and it looks beautiful. It looks beautiful.
Yeah.
In terms of performance, the console that has satisfied me the most, I don't want to say it. It just hit me, but I don't want to say it.
What is it?
Ah, fuck.
What's the
The
big deal?
Xbox 360. The Xbox 360.
What's wrong with
I
that?
feel ah. You
It
know
was
what? It's a
supposed to
good
look
thing
like
Ham's.
PC.
It's a good thing Ham's not here. Matt's not here. It's a good thing. Yeah. The 360.
Which one? The first
It blew
design,
me
the
out of the
original.
water. The first time I turned on a 360. The load time to get into the menu, uh, the detail on Gears of War, because that was the first game that I got on it. Yeah, man. For me, the 360, that was probably peak in terms of like when you turned it on and you just felt like, oh my god, I'm playing something awesome. Like the Series X was nice, the PS5 was nice, PS4 was nice, but the 360 did it for me. The 360
Um,
really did it for me.
I like look. Um, I agree. Like I mean, but then again, if you were during that era, if you had a PlayStation, you were used to having a game have to load each freaking level from the
Oh
disc.
yeah,
Like if you played
bro.
Metal Gear Solid 4, Jesus
And
freaking
literally that was the
God.
transition. That's what happened.
Yeah,
Ushers. That's what literally happened. I bought the PS3 first. I played the crap out of MGS4. And we all remember those load screens. It was
yeah.
beautiful watching Snake smoke the cigar, reading the notes and whatever. But you still had to, stop. And then I'm playing Gears of War, and it's just like, oh my god, it was like, it was nuts. It was nuts. I felt like I was on a rocket ship with the 360. Sorry for interrupting. Go ahead.
No, I agree. I completely agree that like I get why you feel that way. But I still have both. I've still got a PS3 in my setup as well as a 360 in my other
How many
TV.
times have you moved in your life, Ushers? Like moved homes? How many
Tons, bro.
times?
Like a lot,
So
a
you're way
lot.
more patient than me, because one of the things that made me appreciate the minimalist approach to gaming is how many times I've moved as an adult. And if there's one thing that really chafes my tits, unplugging all this shit, boxing every single, being very careful with the boxes and who
Yeah,
takes and who can't take, and no, up the buildings if I'm going into a building, if I'm on like the 12th floor, oh no, no. Mm-mm. I
I feel
admire,
you.
dude. Hats off to you, man. You are my hero for being determined enough to move around as an adult, right?
Yeah,
Move
that's a
to
bullshit.
different
But
homes, but also drag around your physical games and more than like two or three consoles.
yeah,
Hats off to
and
you.
all of them are on display. Like in my room, I've got all my games,
That's
like
nuts.
From my PS2 all the way up to my 360 and my Xbox One. So just to answer you, like to go back to that question. So for
Yeah,
me, it was the Xbox One X. I think both in terms of power and both in terms of how beautiful that console looked. I've
it looks
never
good.
seen a yeah, it's a
It
pretty ass
looks good.
console. I actually felt bad when I gifted mine to a friend of mine, almost like a wedding present
I
because
gave
I
my
was like,
One X to my boys and they broke that
oh,
shit in like 6 months. I owned it. Oh, dude, they broke my One X and they broke my Xbox One. I had a One and I had a One X. They broke both within like 12
wow,
months,
that thing is so durable, but at the same time,
bro.
it's
And I'm
yeah,
telling you, I bought the One in 2013. As soon as it came out, I had it and it worked perfectly
same.
fine until I gave it over to them. I got the One X. It worked perfectly fine. I had it for like what, 2, 3 years, and then the Series X came out. I got the Series X and I gave them the
Yeah.
One X, and boom, both of them gone. And I just
Funny enough,
I was thinking, Oshus, I was staring at their faces like, but how? Because they're not babies. They're
Yeah. What did
teenagers. I'm like, but how? Because I was a
they
teenager.
say?
And I was given a PS1. I was given a Sega Mega Drive, And I didn't break them shit. They just got old. I stopped playing them. Then the next console came out and we put it in a box and we just forgot about the console. But I never broke it. And so and back then, remember we had controllers that had cables and everything. Dude,
Yep.
they
Yep.
broke the consoles and the controllers because you can connect the controllers to your phones. They broke
Yep.
the consoles first and then they synchronized the controllers to their phones so they could play like Fortnite and whatever on their phones. And they broke those too. And I'm like, but how? How?
What did they say?
Ah, no, it's old and whatever. I'm like, you pieces of dude.
Like, yeah, no, it's like especially Xboxes. Like Xboxes traditionally are very hard because I
Very
still have my
durable.
I still have my VCR Xbox in the living room, and it still works perfectly fine. That's
Perfectly fine.
exactly
Yeah.
what. Yeah, it's a nice like Netflix machine now, but it's still if you want to run FIFA on it, you can still run FIFA on it.
I'm sure that if I hadn't given the kids the consoles, they'd probably still be running.
Yeah,
They'd probably still be running today. But this episode is not about bitching about kids ruining consoles. Essentially, just to wrap it up for you guys, just to wrap it up, no real firm announcement of the PS6. It's just people reaching, right? That's point number one. And point number two, these innovations are about lighting, speed, and super detailed textures. The issue there is that these three things depend on who's developing it. This does not universally make everything that's going to come out on the PS6 look like The Last of Us. And to close it all off, this is not a PlayStation innovation. This is an AMD innovation, meaning it's going to be available on the PS6, on the next Xbox, and on anyone's PC that wants to buy the new graphics card. Oshus, did I miss anything? Do you want to add anything to this specific commentary? Or can we move on to the next subject?
nah. Like my thing is like we've just gotten to a place where this stuff used to mean something before a generation starts because it mattered. Like power could
Because we
change the
didn't
dynamic.
know. Because we
Yeah.
didn't know.
Now we know exactly what's going to happen. I mean, like, I think gaming is so predictable right now. You know exactly what you're going to get. You're going to get the exact same thing as the PS5 and the Xbox with just maybe minor tweaks. One feature that's probably going to stand out for the whole generation. Everything else is just going to end up being very samey. So it's like with with graphics cards and graphic cards increments now. It's like it does not change the price of bread anymore. We've reached, I think, where we there's way more diminishing returns in terms of graphical fidelity.
Yeah,
Now you need to innovate to do interesting things with your game.
yeah, yeah. Uh, I just want to say I'm not buying the next consoles, Oshus.
Yeah,
I don't
same
care
here,
what they announce. I don't care what they announce, bro. I
same
don't
here, bro.
care at all. I'm more excited. I am more excited to maybe save up to buy a Starforge PC. I'm thinking
Yeah,
about maybe saving up and buying the Voyager 3 PC. That has more value to me than the PS6 or the Xbox, whatever they're gonna call it.
I don't know what I'll
I'll
buy, but
just
I'm still gonna. Yeah,
I'll just do what Matt instructed me to do. Did you know, Oshus, that there's an app? Seawolf says neither are the Xbox people. Yeah, which is fair. Which is fair. If I was an Xbox guy, I wouldn't be buying the next console. Uh, but I just think as a gamer, long term, what you want to do is just go to PC, whether you're an Xbox guy or a PlayStation guy. That's
Is
just
that
me.
Esmond Gold's PC?
Yes, Starforge is Asmon Gold PC, yeah.
Okay.
But
I don't know. Like,
I
I'll
didn't
build my next one.
I didn't know there were Asmon Gold PCs. I thought there were. Oh no, it's Alex's PCs because
It's
he plugs those a lot in his show. Not like that. He doesn't plug them like that. All right. He links to Starforge PCs several times during his videos, and I looked it up and I was like, oh, okay, this is nice, 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 nice. And then I
bit
bumped
pricey.
into something on Twitter. I bumped into something on Twitter saying that yeah, Starforge PCs are actually Asmon Gold
Yeah.
owned. I was like, oh, that's awesome. I'll be able to support the Roach King and the Goon King. So that's a double. It's a double dub as far as I'm concerned.
No, like, look,
You were saying something
I've
about
heard.
prices. You were
No,
saying
I said
something
they.
about prices.
Yeah, I said like they're very pricey.
They're not very pricey, Oshas.
Okay, what's the cheapest one that you're looking at? Like, which one do you want to buy?
Okay, I don't want to buy the cheapest one.
Yeah, which one do you want to buy?
I want to buy the super elite kick me in my balls
Yeah, that's like
edition.
2,000. Yeah, that's like 2,500. Like, I think like
No,
2,000
no, it's
US dollars.
not. No, it's not. When you are you on the Starforge? Actually, let me show. Here's the page.
Yeah,
I'm on
I'm putting
Starforge right now. This one is the one that I want to get. The Voyager 3 Ultimate,
Okay,
five
this the
thousand
5,000. Let's see what it's
four
got.
hundred.
The thing is, like, by the like, when do you want to get this? Like, there'll be a better
Yeah,
one.
obviously, it's not gonna be like next year. It's gonna be a minute, right? It's
I
gonna
don't
be a
think it's
minute.
worth it. Like, you're not. Look, depending
Wow.
upon what you want to do, because I'm a very practical person, I also don't believe in just overspending on something because people say it's the
Yes.
best. Like, past a certain point, it's diminishing returns in terms of how better your graphics look and your performance. You're just not getting much. This is overkill. Go to the spec. What's the spec on this? I'll tell you.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. So performance on Wukong, it's 172 frames per second.
Oh man, I don't care about that. I
Black
want to see.
Ops
Oh,
Black Ops 6 is 87
your eyes
frames
can't
per
even
second.
perceive that. What's the point?
Oh, let me finish, goddammit. F1 is 425 frames per second. So why is this important, Oshus? These games are like they're not just top of the line. They're like top of the line, right? The creme de la creme, most demanding games on the planet. Why this matters to me is that yes, I cannot perceive 300 frames per second. But what this means is when I buy this in 2028, I'll probably still be killing games like new games in 2032, 36, 34 if I really stretch it out. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, I don't know.
don't
That those
forget,
games. You know
don't
what? That's
forget you live. Hold on, don't forget you live in South Africa. You buy Xbox and PlayStations at MSRP. I live in Mozambique. My PlayStation cost me $2,000. My Xbox cost me $2,500. So this generation alone, I've already spent the Voyager 3 Ultimate money. And will have to do the same thing next
okay.
gen if I want to maintain my
How
my
much?
current how much I like play in terms of video games.
How much did your current rig cost you?
$1,000. Matt
Really?
hooked this shit up for $1,000, and I'm like, dude, I am killing everything. It's working just fine, 60 frames per second for most of these games that are coming out this year.
That's how I was checking the exchange. Okay, that's not a lot of money. Like, that's just typically that's more or less how much I paid for my thing, and it's okay. It's not an amazing thing. It's like 17,000 rands, ne?
Exactly. So
Look,
that's what I'm trying to say,
Americans cry over nothing. The amount of prices that we pay for this shit, that's
dude.
nothing in South Africa. Like,
That's what I'm trying to say, my guy. They don't understand when they say 5,000 for a PC is crazy. I'm sitting here, I'm like, bro, do you know how much I paid for a PS5? Do you know how much I paid for an Xbox? Loki enjoys the banana.
Wait,
Yes,
wait, 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 bro,
yes, the
wait,
banana suit. Yes. Welcome in, Raichi. Welcome in. Not worth it. PlayStation this gen didn't release stuff. Um,
Yeah, but like, dude, that's like there's a difference between like 17,000.
uh-huh.
Am I counting correctly? That can't be right. Three thousand nine
Wait,
hundred
are
minus.
you checking the exchange rate between USD
Dude,
and
that's
Rand?
91,000 though. That's insane. That's just, you don't need a computer for much more. You don't need a computer for 91,000 unless you're a creator and you're making movies and high
Hold on.
budget. Like it's ninety one
Exchange
thousand.
rates, rands. I know USD to rands, right?
Yeah,
USD to rands.
oh man, that's overkill.
17.3.
But it's
So
not. Yeah.
5,000 USD to rand. Yeah, it's 86,000 rand.
Yeah, bro. Like you don't need that shit. Like
Yeah, but my
why?
question, no, but hold on, Oshus, hold on. But it
That's
goes back to what I said
ridiculous.
before. It goes back to what I said before. Technically, I've already spent 91,000 this gen and the previous gen as well.
What? On what now?
I just got done telling you, Oshus. My PS5 cost me 2,000. The Series X cost me 2,500.
No, man, that can't be right. Let's see.
We don't have
Where did you buy these
uh,
things?
here in
Multiply.
Mozambique, dude. I don't have the places that you have in South
Bro, you should
Africa.
not be paying that much. You should not be paying 42,000. You
But
should have
you,
just asked the dude to hook you up in South Africa to pay.
Oshus,
You would have gotten it for
even
less.
Oshus,
Yeah.
even today, the PS5 heavily discounted in Mozambique. If you go and check our like stores, our hawkers, right? Our what are they called? Scalpers, because they're the ones who make the market in Mozambique. As far as video games are concerned, our scalpers today. You want to get a PS5? That's $1,000 today.
No,
I'm not
dude, I
talking
don't.
about PS5 Pro.
So what if you just ask like somebody to send it to you from South Africa
Well, I didn't have anyone to send it to me from South Africa.
next time? Like I know you got head. Yo, like they made profit of you, dude. Like
Cautious. It's not
that's
me that got had. I'm telling you to go to Facebook Marketplace, go to Mozambique right now and search for PS5. It's not me that's getting had. This is our market.
you're paying what you call it Thai home country prices because I know Nigeria is insane with pricing. Jeez, I
It's not
know, but
just
I don't
Nigeria, dude. It's about demand and supply and the lack of official store place. What's it? Marketplaces. This happens everywhere all the time.
jeez, no, but that's hectic.
As
Eh?
soon as you don't have, because you guys have all those shopping malls and whatever in South Africa, you guys have proper MSRP structure in South Africa. There's nothing like that here. It's as bad in Zimbabwe as well. If you go to places like Angola, same thing. Wherever there's no proper structure,
Yeah,
it's
no.
the Wild West or the Wild South. I don't know. I will
I,
never game
I,
plus in
I
Starfield
empathize
because I
with
have a
you.
gun I love. Sorry?
I said I empathize. And next time you're buying shit, my man, like just holler. Like you don't need to be paying that
Yeah,
much.
yeah, yeah. No,
Even
I
if you
told
wanna,
you, right? Like, even
yeah,
what?
like just shut. No, I said even if you wanna build like a PC or whatever, like it's just you should not be paying
I
those.
you
You should not
sound
be
really
paying
heartbroken. You sound
96.
heartbroken for me right now.
Dude, that's a lot of money. Like 19. That's a car. You know, that's car prices like in South Africa. With like another call it another 20 or 30 grand, you could buy a second-hand
Cautious,
car.
don't get me started. Don't get me started on the car market in Mozambique. We've spoken about this. Don't trigger me, dog. Because that's a whole nother topic on its own. That's a whole nother topic.
Yeah, I know. Yep,
Anyways,
I feel for you, brother. I feel for you, my
it's
brother.
life. Look, you make Warhammer tabletop look cheap. I don't know what that, like, I know what Warhammer is, but I don't know like if it's cheap or expensive. I
The
don't know.
Space Marine thing.
No, I know what Warhammer is, but he says
Yeah,
tabletop. So I'm guessing
it's
tabletop is like a different type of Warhammer.
It's
like
the
the
shit that
physical one,
Henry. Yeah, it's this. It's very
the one you have to
nerdy.
paint.
If you thought like gaming was nerdy, that is super nerdy. You get like these little action figures, and there's like so many of them, and you have to paint them, and then you have to, and then you, but they still like I don't know even know how. I think a lot of them use dice rolls to play with some sort of a dungeon master and all that. Or I don't know,
So
dude.
like
Like
Dungeons and Dragons.
it's very nerdy shit. Like I'm a nerd,
Sounds
but I'm not that
sweaty.
nerd.
Sounds like you need to make sure the AC is cranked up to the max.
Where do you find the time to play with action figures at like our age? Like, I'm not judging. I'm not
I
yucking
think
anyone's
there's
year.
time for it, bro. Listen, you know what I think? It's the same as people that say like for you and me and Ty and Matt and Cozy.
Yeah, I suppose
Like
that's fair.
where do you find the time to play not only play video games, but also do podcasts around video games? Where do you find the time for that? I think life and hobbies in life are just about how bad do you want it, Oshis? How
Yeah.
bad do you want it? Because people talk about ain't nobody got time for that. There's a guy that works 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., but he still finds 1 or 2 hours to when he gets home to play video game. There's a guy that has the same schedule, but he still finds the time to go to the gym. You know,
Yeah.
it's all
So,
about how bad do you want it.
yeah.
That's all it is. That's all it is. Don't let anyone tell you, oh no, my life is so hectic that's why I can't work out. Bullshit, bullshit. You just don't prioritize it.
Yep.
That's all
I,
it. And let's just be honest about it. I like it when people are just honest about it. I don't prioritize playing video games. It's fine. It's fine. Don't be sitting there saying I don't have time. What I will accept is I don't have time to finish all the video games. That's fair, right, Oshis?
yeah. Totally fair.
I think that's fair. Yeah. Especially with things like Game Pass and now Ubisoft Plus is rolled into it, plus EA Play. I'm looking at it right now. Dude, it's like almost every single Ubisoft game is now miraculously available. All the
But I have
Assassin's
all
Creed
those games.
games.
That's the thing that annoys me.
Some of us don't have them. All the Assassin's Creed games, all the Far Cry games,
Um,
Tom Clancy Ghost Recon, Prince of Persia,
I have
ew,
all that.
Watch Dogs. Yeah, it's disgusting. Um,
Uh,
the Division. Well, I bought all of them. Eesh. Every time I see the
yeah.
Division, I
But
feel
they were
bad.
always dirt cheap, dude. Like
They're
what
always
call it?
dirt cheap. That's true.
Yeah. So
The
Ubisoft.
Ezio
That's one thing I'll
trilogy is
say
here
about
as
Ubisoft.
well.
They give you your money's worth in terms of like how cheap their games are generally.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, let's move on. Let's move on because talking about prices, it's really heartbreaking. It's really heartbreaking.
It is, yeah.
And that's why Oshis. That's another reason. Like, and again, I'm sorry. We should be moving to the next topic, but I think this is important. This is another reason, Oshis, that I'm like so adamant that, bro, I'm just gonna have one PC for the big screen and one PC for the monitors, and that's it. And then maybe I'm even gonna buy a Steam Deck because of the price to get in to console gaming where I live, and also the price of games on PC. The price of games on PC are nuts. They're crazy. On console, even when they're on sale, you cannot compete with Steam, Epic, GOG. You can't compete. Those guys have very good games from like 3 years ago going for $5 on their sales. It's
Yeah. But
nuts.
that's
It's
yeah.
nuts. On
But that's the
console,
thing with
those
PC
same
games.
games, the cheapest you'll find is like $30,
But
$25. And I'm like, okay. Sorry, go ahead.
do you know who fucks you though on PC
Oh,
games in terms of pricing? They almost
uh-huh.
have no discounts. Is Sony? Sony's games are always fucking expensive, bro. Like,
It's fine. I don't mind. I don't mind. Like for now, right? If I successfully get rid of my PS5 and my Series X, I won't be able to play Ghost of Yote, right? That's an example. That's not a problem. When Ghost of Yote eventually goes to PC in 2026, 2027, even if it's like $50, $40. I don't mind paying it. I don't mind paying it. Because until then, and you know what? Even when it comes to PC, there's a good chance I'm still going through other games that are awesome. And it's like, who told you not to come day one to PC? I'll see you when I see you. And if you're $5 by the year 2032, that's when I'll play Ghost of Yote. It is what it is.
Yeah,
Because Oshus, the relationship, it's been, like people, these companies have misunderstood their relationships with us, and some of us have let them misunderstand this relationship. The relationship is, we give you money for the product that you have, but you are supposed to come to us. But this treatment of them pretending like, oh, my product is elite, my product is all this fancy stuff, you should be grateful that I'm giving you the chance to pay for my product.
you peasant.
That's all I have to say about that. Let's move on to the next topic. Switch 2 continues to break US launch sales records, selling more in its first 3 months than PlayStation 4. This is nuts. And this is after everyone was just sitting there bitching about, oh, the prices for the Switch, the prices for the Switch. Market research company Circana's senior director Matt Piscatella posted findings from the company's August 2025 market data, including the news that Nintendo's new console has sold more in its first 3 months than any other console in the US to date. Piscatella pointed out that Switch 2 sold 2.4 million units in its first 3 months in the US, putting it 5% ahead of the previous record holder, the PS4. Quote, with the 2.4 units sold LTD over its first 3 months market, Nintendo Switch 3 is now 5% ahead of the previous record-setting pace of PS4, which sold 2.2 million units during the 3 months ending January 2024. He also pointed out that the Nintendo 2 unit sales are currently trending 77% ahead of the time-aligned sales of the original Nintendo Switch. The continued Switch 2 sales led to a 32% increase in hardware spending for August 2025 compared to August 2024, although year-on-year August sales have declined by double-digit percentages on PS5, Xbox Series X, and Switch. The sales of Switch 2 ensured that the overall hardware spend this year was notably higher. Everyone is taking L's except for the Switch 2. Oshus, I remember people telling me, oh, the Switch 2, and it's unfortunate Ty is not here because I would have wanted him to defend it himself. I remember Ty is one of those people talking about, no, the Switch 2 doesn't have the gimmick that it had with the Switch 1.
Yeah.
So it's not going to sell as much. And I was like, I don't know, man. I feel like there's a lot of people that didn't get to jump on the Switch 1 bandwagon, took a step back and were like, I'll wait for the Switch 2 and then jump on that bandwagon. And Ty and several other people like, no. Now with Steam Deck and all these other stuff, it's going to be more fun. It's going to be more competitive. Switch 2 is going to come down in unit sales. Not only is this thing tracking ahead of the Switch 1, it is officially number 1 all time in the US. Oshus, thoughts?
Yeah, man. Like I just this is why I don't understand logic like that sort of tries to say that console gaming is dying or it's not growing or whatever. Like again, like you can only grow so much. Like there's only so much users that are interested in gaming, and the only thing is who gets the most users in which generation. That's the only thing. So I don't understand where this mentality comes from. Like, no, console gaming is in decline. It's not. Taya and I looked at the demographics, and as soon as we stop playing games, there's a generation ready to replace us. So there's no danger of console gaming, and Nintendo proves that with these sort of sales numbers that console gaming is more popular than it's ever been. It's bigger than
Yeah.
it's ever been. They're making more money off console gaming than ever. So yeah, good for Nintendo. And Nintendo they haven't had to change a damn thing. They haven't
Not
had to
again,
pivot a damn
man.
thing. And then look at how well they're doing. Congratulations to Nintendo for sticking
That
to their guns.
sounds.
You know.
Oh my God, that sounds so salty. That sounds
No, it's
very
just that like
salty. Would you
us
like to say
PlayStation.
something about Xbox? Or
No,
is
this is
that what
like
you
let's
want to
talk about
say?
PlayStation. Let's talk about PlayStation, for example. PlayStation pivoted this generation to say, no, we want to attract the newer, younger generation. So we're going to make 12 live service games. How
Yeah.
much is that? How much of all those resources put behind those live service games have yielded them results? And I'm including Bungie, that the billions they spent on that. Of course, we all know the C word, not gonna say it, and all these other games that they're still making. Meanwhile, everyone that supported them and bought their their single player games that did so well for the PS4, that market is they going without being serviced. They just tossing Last of Us remake after Last of Us remake at them. You see what I mean by like this whole thing of like pretending, or well, not pretending, but
But
not understanding the
Colin
details.
Moriarty said something. Colin Moriarty said something, and I can't believe I agreed with him. But hey, it is what it is. I do agree with his assertion. He picked out an article that was posted on VGC, saying that a study found that most Americans buy one or two games, new
So,
games, a a year, and Colin Moriarty is like, yeah, given this fact, because we're not talking about feelings anymore, these are facts. He was like, given this fact, how can we now sit and tell PlayStation to continue to just focus on these people that buy one or two games a year? It's not sustainable. They do need to pivot to live service. P Lump, welcome in, says PlayStation is it's not. All right, settle down. You misspelt Xbox, P Lump. You misspelt Xbox console, just the console, not the platform. Go ahead, Oshers. Oshers? I think we lost Oshers. Oh, okay. He's muted himself. Must be busy. All right. When you're done, just unmute yourself there. And yet they still make, most of their money from service games. Yes, yes, Fuzzy, exactly. They need to stay on the live service thing. Call of Duty is now Xbox. They need to pivot, which is what they're doing now. We're focusing on a partnership with Electronic Arts for Battlefield, but also they need to continue to experiment and try and find their own Call of Duty, because focusing your entire console on people that buy one or two games a year, that's not going to do it. People like us that are here on this podcast, we don't buy one or two games a year, but we're not the vast majority of the people that own PlayStations and Xboxes. The vast majority, they just buy FIFA. They just buy
so
COD. They just buy Madden. Go ahead, Oshus.
so that literally makes us whales. Like if I look at your library, you're a freaking whale compared to the
Yes.
one who have like a library of like 10 games.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
got over 1,000 games. That makes me like the worst type of whale.
Yes. And what's your point?
No, I'm just saying, just stating a fact that we are
Yeah, yeah.
whales.
We're definitely the whales. We're definitely the whales. But you do need those mob classes, those mob customers. You need them because there's not enough of us whales. It is what it is. So I'm with Colin Moriarty on this one. As for the Switch 2 breaking records, ladies and gentlemen, Nintendo, I think Taya said it best. They they are holding our childish nostalgia uh, captive.
Hostage. I said
That's what
that,
they're
yeah.
doing. Sorry?
I said that. I said Nintendo
Oh,
is
my
still,
bad. My
yeah.
bad. My bad. I thought it was Thai. My bad. Like you said, Oshas, they have our nostalgia by the short and curlies, and it's a self-feeding loop because
Yep.
they have my nostalgia, right? They feed into it. I buy into it. My sons, my daughter will create new nostalgia with the hand-me-downs that I'm gonna give them, and then my daughter, when she grows up, will also pass on that nostalgia, and on and on and on and on and on it goes. So
Perfect
I don't
circle.
know. I don't know who's ever gonna take the crown from Nintendo.
Look,
I don't know.
I think Nintendo and Sony have operating on the same principle. So, I can see them in 50 years' time still being in gaming. Whereas I think a brand like Xbox will have been long forgotten, simply because of the fact that they are so consistent. And to your point, they've built this circle where the brand is so important to you and me that we are going to like hand it down to our kids, and they're going to hand it down to their kids, because whenever
Yeah,
your kid thinks about memories that they have with you, guess what they see? Super Mario, and like the games that
yeah,
they play with you, Zelda and whatever.
yeah,
Like the only people that don't have that, in my opinion, is Microsoft, because there's a sense of identity that they built that they sort of abandoned. And to quote that lady from Microsoft that hates Microsoft, well, she doesn't hate Microsoft, but she's always like, she used to be part of the Xbox team. She's always got like interesting videos and takes on like why they're failing. And
okay.
she said basically, once everything is an Xbox, nothing is an Xbox, and that's the problem. Is that you don't have that core identity that people can hold on to and say, my
Dude,
first experience with this and
it's
that.
just Ushers. It's just like the meme that's been going around about fantasy TV shows, fantasy movies. They the people in charge of casting and writing, they don't want to make fantasy movies, fantasy TV shows. They want to make modern day California, modern day
Yeah,
New York, and they want to add their twist to it. They don't respect the thing they're looking at and the identity that it has. They
yeah,
essentially just want to make something for everyone. And like the critical drinker says, when
yes,
you try and
correct.
make something for everyone, you make something for no one. Because the Marvel movies is another good example. The foundation that was set was very focused at people like you and me, Oshas.
Mm,
Like the first 20 movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they just wanted to pause, fillet comic book readers.
hmm.
They just wanted to please us. And
Yep.
everyone else that came along for the ride was just an extra. But then
Hmm.
as time went on, as the profits kept mounting and mounting and mounting, and special interests became more interested, and people that weren't even a part of the whole thing started getting into it, it stopped being about we need to please Oshus. We
Yeah.
need to please Loke. It became we need to please people that don't even know who Luke Cage is. This is who we're now trying to please. The question is why? Why?
Because they want someone that's gonna call Pedro Pascal daddy.
Not
That's the
no.
crowd that they're playing
The,
towards.
the problem is that they have shareholders and the chart must always go up. When they please me and you, they make all the money in the world. But that's not enough for shareholders. For shareholders, you need to not only make all the money in the world, but you need to always demonstrate growth. That's
Yeah.
the problem. And the only way to demonstrate growth is with this madness about oh everyone needs to needs to enjoy it. No, no. Like me, I've had a couple of failed businesses. I'm not afraid to say it. I've had a couple of failed businesses, but I'm telling you, I would not stick around if if one of them grew to the point where we're now talking about an IPO and shareholders. That's the point where I'd be like, oh, okay, so y'all can just take it. I'm out. Like
Yeah, but
I
then,
might even keep shares. I might even keep shares, but I'm not running this. I don't want to see my baby become bastardized and destroyed. Go ahead.
yeah, but you'd be doing exactly what always happens: is that it starts off as a little startup with Loke and Tai passionate about the games and whatever, and they bring along a few friends, they build it, becomes bigger, the games become more successful. Then we get more people investing in the company, and then it grows, and then fast forward a couple of years later, now we are in an option where we want to grow the business, create more opportunities. We need to go
What if
public.
we don't want to grow the business? What if we don't want to? But
Eh,
then the business world has taught me that even if you don't want to, Oshus, there is a certain level where, like, what are they called? They're not unfriendly takeovers. What are they called? God damn it, I'm forgetting the name.
I'll take over.
Hostile takeovers happen. Yeah. Suddenly you've got government interests, you've got a whole bunch of stuff that forces you to go public. And for me, that's when it's like I leave, because whatever it is that you're making, even if it's a company about crochets, the heart and soul dies. The day an IPO is signed, the heart and soul of whatever it is that you did is gone. Bid Madmo says, in terms of nostalgia, he says, not me, fuck Nintendo. They see Xbox. Mo, no doubt. Like my kids, the reason I use my kids is I was using it as like a hyperbolic example. My kids do not see Nintendo. I don't have any Nintendo consoles. I haven't had a Nintendo console since the 90s. What I meant was 9 out of 10 gamers, even today, are starting on Nintendo. Kids, they're starting on Nintendo. Maybe not in your household, but as the statistics show, most gamers are not Xbox gamers. Most gamers are not PlayStation gamers. Most gamers are Nintendo or PC gamers. So I wasn't saying specifically when I said everyone, I was specifically including you. I was just saying like most, like 9 times out of 10. You know what I mean? That's kind of like what I was saying. So yeah, that's the switch to doing crazy numbers. Uh, although I got this prediction correct, I'm not happy about it. Um, as you well know, I'm not a big fan of Nintendo. I'm not a big fan.
Nah,
Fuzzy,
same. Like Nintendo's the
Fuzzy,
worst, dude.
yes.
I grew up as a Nintendo kid who loved Nintendo and was into everything from the N64 to the GameCube, even though they never arrived down here. But my problem
Mm.
is once I could actually buy Nintendo, it was like, fuck me. Like, geez, like all this money that I'm giving to Nintendo, I could send a kid
Yep.
to college, bro. Like
Very
they start,
expensive.
they sell the most expensive pieces of plastic. And you know what made it worse for me, where the value of Nintendo games really diminished, is when cell
Hmm.
phones started coming around, offering games with similar graphics, similar sort of like, of course, the gameplay won't be as good as a Nintendo game, but literally you're getting better games that
No,
look.
they are. They are. That guy, the Megami Tensei dude, made a mobile game. What's it called? Hold on. Shin Megami Tensei game on Apple iPhone. He made a game that was like in the spirit of your like Final Fantasies, whatever, and it was perfectly fine. Hold
Yeah.
on, hold on. Was it Shin Megami Tensei or Final Fantasy? Ah,
I
all right.
don't
I'm
know.
forgetting. Point is, you're right. They did come a diminishing return point especially when it came out on mobile, and now it's getting even worse. There's games that are even looking better on Apple than the ones that you get on Apple Arcade than the ones that you get on the Switch. Sorry for interrupting. Go ahead. Hope you haven't
Okay.
forgot your train of thought.
I have actually.
Oh,
Um,
damn. You were talking about how expensive Nintendo was when you first
yeah.
started
Yeah.
trying
No.
to
No.
get
That's
trying to get into it and spending your own money on it.
Yeah, dude. Like so. Like for me, that's why I stopped supporting Nintendo. Really, is because, and aside from the fact that like they very poorly supported here, but like eventually their stuff started coming through, but it was so damn expensive. And unlike the other two, even on back in the day before we had online shops, you used to go to
Mm-hmm.
the second-hand shops and you would be able to sort of pick them up for cheaper. And then that's how I built my collection, is mostly from pre-owned or second-hand shops. However, with Nintendo games, they were so few and far in between that you never got good, like resale value from those
Mm-hmm.
games, or you never found like very well priced resold games. So yeah, that's why I sort of like was like, yeah, I'm good. Like what, I've done the Nintendo thing. The last console I owned, I think, was a DS, Nintendo DS, and I actually, it was chipped. It was chipped, and I had a lot of like games on a memory card. Sorry, on an what is it? Is it those little memory? What is it called? Memory stick? Yeah, I had a little one of those memory. What is it called? Is that thing? Is it a card?
Mem
Not.
yeah, memory card. Memory card.
Yeah, like one of those verbatim or TDK. I had one of those, like, and I had like 100 Nintendo games there, and that was cool. But like after that, I was like, nah, I'm good. I want to support games because I can afford them now, but I'm not gonna pay freaking $60 for GTA Chinatown Wars. I'm good.
Someone's out here doing it. Someone's out here doing it.
Hmm?
Fuzzy says they start on iPad before they start with Nintendo. Stuff like Roblox is way bigger and more influential than Nintendo with kids now. I would include stuff like Roblox for as PC gaming. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong
So
for that, but that's where I put it.
no, I
Yes,
think there's
Roblox is bigger than Steam, but it is part of PC gaming. Like PC Steam is not PC gaming. It's a big part. It's not PC gaming. It's the equivalent of saying GOG is PC gaming. You know what I mean?
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I
I
would
feel
include
you on
Roblox
that,
there.
and I agree. I agree with you on a lot of what you just said. But I think like the best way I could describe it, it's like there's somewhat of a crossover between the two, right? So
Hmm.
PC gaming and mobile gaming, I think, have a lot of commonalities, especially when it
Yeah,
comes to free to play games. Um, so yeah, no, you're right. You're on the money with that.
yeah. Rachie says I'll
I
pay
mean,
zero. Sorry.
sure, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Rachie says I'll pay zero for Ananta while y'all will still spend $100 plus. Yeah, yeah, sure, sure.
So I'm like
But
in the first act of Mass Effect, when you're on the ship and you're about to land on the Citadel,
mm-hmm.
and I can't stand my shipper's face, and I'm like, fuck. Should I go back to the should I go back to the customer creator and go? Yes, it's such a, and this is not the first time this has happened with me with Mass Effect One, where it's like the character is just like their face when they're having conversations is not the same when you were making them. It's just like, should I go start the game over and recreate this person's face? And even then, you're not gonna know for sure whether you got it right.
Good luck. That's what I'll say. But if you're
Jeez.
going, if you're restarting MS1, I would just do it right. Just do it right, brother. Just go
Yeah.
back. Fuzzy, yes, it's on console. It's on phones. But I'm willing to bet it's got more users on PC. it's like the way people say that Helldivers is more a PC game than a PlayStation game. Yeah, there's a ton of people on PlayStation playing Helldivers. I think you could multiply those people 10 times to get as many people on PC. $100 plus for GTA while Ananta is free. But Reichi, is the writing in Ananta as good? Is the story in Ananta as good as GTA? Come on, bro. Come on. Oshis, do you know what Ananta is? Are you aware?
I was about to tell Richie now in the chat that like I have no idea what that is.
All right, let me put it up on the screen. Let me put it up on the screen just so you can understand. Like, I'm not even trying to hate Reichi. I'm not even trying to hate. But putting like I'd be very interested to see Ananta 3, or Ananta 4. I think that's gonna be awesome. But the first Ananta, nah. I don't think the writing is gonna be.
There's like just games like sorry, I mean look that I've just never even considered playing. Like
There you go. It's on the
never.
screen. It's on the screen, Oshis.
Yeah.
So first off, it's on some anime stuff. A lot of people are not into this type of aesthetic. I like it, not gonna lie. This looks beautiful. Driving your whip.
Is this the thing
Do
where
some
it's got like really
skydiving.
realistic vehicles and shit?
Yeah, yeah.
And then there's an open world. I think I saw your
Yes,
boy the roach, sorry, the rat king
exactly.
play. That's the first time I saw this on. You
The
know what I
Roach
hate
King,
about this
not
game?
Rat King. Roach King.
The rat king.
Apparently, let me finish. No, it's Roach King. So
Oh
this
well.
thing, Oshus, apparently this game is completely free. You can play a full-fledged campaign, maybe several, and the only microtransactions that you're gonna spend is for cosmetics,
What's
and
the
not all,
what's the
cause
age group?
there you go, there you go. You've
So
got
okay,
your
aside
your
from this shit of
one-on-one fights.
other people, what is it like? What are we doing in the world? Like, you know what I hate about these games, Luke, is
Uh-huh.
that I've got real games that I paid for, whether it's a lot of money or little money, where I know the beginning and the end, right? And I
Yeah.
can get the same amount of immersion. So
It
what
looks
is
like
this?
there's a story, dude. It looks like there's a story. Can you not see? There's some Spider-Man shit. Oh my god.
But why can't you just play an anime RPG that has a lot of these elements instead of because these things are just like they time sinks. That's my problem. They time sinks, and my problem is they don't end, so you never get to a point where you're satiated. Like, ooh, okay, that
I
was
don't
good.
mind the I don't mind it if it doesn't end. I just want it to be good. Because
But a lot of them are good.
apparently the Hoyoverse games are also free. They're also free and apparently they're also free and you don't have to pay for the story. Oh my god, that was a nice transition. Hold on, look at so you see you can even play as a cop doing investigations, doing cool entrances like that. I don't know, man.
You know what's the only thing that can get me into these games especially since I've been like
Like there's probably even one where you can do heists and robberies and stuff because that's the type of stuff that interests me. Like one thing that frustrated me about what was it called? One thing that
GTA
frustrated me
Online.
about GTA was that you didn't have enough heists. Like I wanted to just be a bank robber
But
for another 50 hours in GTA.
there's more of that now. Like I think the whole game is like you can do that now on GTA Online and do your heist and whatever. There's always new
I don't
heist
want to play with people. I don't want to play with people. I don't want to play with people. I
excuses.
tried. No, I'm just being honest. I tried it. It sucked for me at least. It sucked. So
Yeah, no, I feel you. So like a lot of these games are very well made. I won't lie. The one that I played quite a bit was Zenless, as well as I played what's the other
Zenless
one?
Zone Zero. Zenless
Yeah,
Zone Zero.
that thing. And then I also played, of course, the one by Shift Up. What is it called? Goddess of something Nikkei. And my problem with them is that, like, look, you guys are making you're very good at game development in terms of like certain aspects. You know how to build a very addictive gameplay loop. You know how to make beautiful, attractive characters, great gameplay depending on the type of game. Because even what is it? Nikkei's gameplay is very good for what it is. They even sample it in what's this in Stellar Blade. However, my problem is that it still doesn't feel like a game to me because of the fact that it's just a
Oceans,
content
are you looking
times.
at the screen right now? This looks like a campaign, bro.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Like what? Like when does it? Like for me, it's just it's too
Okay,
much.
okay. I need you to look. I
Too
need you to
much.
look at what's happening on your screen
I'm,
right
I'm
now.
saying
This,
yes.
these look like set pieces and everything, bro. This does
Uh,
not look like an endless loop of nothing.
so how do they make their money if they're giving you everything upfront?
Aesthetics, bro. Everyone has their thing where they hop on, they'll see the $5 suit, and then they'll want to buy that $5 suit.
Look, I feel you. I hear what you're saying, and I'll give it a shot and let you know what I think.
Look at this,
But
dude.
I
Look at
still feel.
what's on the screen.
But
This
my thing
this
is
looks
like,
like
but like, you know what my problem is with this look is the fact that you have games that you can finish and have that satisfaction of, oh, I finished this, yet you're going to spend 100 unless you just play free to play games and you're just looking for the next fix. To me, this just becomes sort of like a time sink because you're not going to get that satisfaction of, oh, finally I'm done. There's
I
always
don't
going
know.
to be something
I'm willing to
else.
give them a chance. I'm willing to get what I can imagine happening here is that there's different stories that you can go and finish.
But to what end when you have real games that are like
What do you mean
they have
real game?
power?
What makes a real game? I can't believe we're having this discussion. What makes a real game, motherfucker?
A real game is a game where you
Do you
pay
want to see
money.
credits rolling? Is that what makes a real
Yes,
game?
that's exactly what I want to see. I want an experience that goes from. It's
Okay.
like it's the difference
So
between movies and shows and reality TV shows. To me, these things become like reality TV shows where, like, you know what? I like stories that have a beginning and an end, and then I'm done, and then I move on to the next thing. I don't want something that's going to become my life.
old man yelling at sky. Rachie,
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
these are the guys that make the animes that we sit here and we cry about, right? So it's quite possible these stories are going to be very compelling. Like I'm sure it won't be as bad as like Veilguard, you know?
No, like I'm not saying they're bad. I'm not don't think I'm judging the quality. I'm just saying to me these things become time sinks that have no end. And I have a problem with that. Everything has to have an end. I'm sure you've seen the Matrix. Everything that has a beginning has
Don't be preaching to the choir. Do not preach to the choir.
and I
We
already
can,
have games that I've not finished that have endings. Now you give me this? Come on, man. No. I'll never actually I've changed my mind. I'm never gonna touch this. I won't even touch this with your hands.
damn. I think I'm gonna give this a go eventually. I think I'll give it a go.
I'll rather
GTA
go
is
back and play
trash.
Mass Effect again.
You'd rather do what?
Go back and play Mass Effect and finish it again and again and again and again and again and again and again.
Reichi says those games stories have a lot of twists. They keep writing the story over the years. Dude, I'm down, man. I'm the guy that watched hundreds of episodes of Bleach and was
Yeah.
like, I wouldn't mind playing this as a video game. If they can nail the gameplay loop and the story is really nice, I can see myself installing Ananta and then every 3 to 6 months I have to fire up Ananta because the latest story, DLC, update, whatever thing is dropping.
No,
This doesn't sound terrible.
look, it's
It doesn't
again,
sound
it's just
terrible.
to me, it's just preference. Look, it's like I just like shit that ends and like and begins and like where. This is why I could never be an online gamer. This is why I never could get into GTA
But
Online.
this is not an online game, Oshus.
Um,
This is your sandbox. This is not an online game.
is this on Steam? Excuse me.
I don't know. I know it's free to play. That's what I know.
I'll check.
Rachie, I will try. I will try a Hoyoverse game. I will play. Yes, I played Scarlet Nexus. The story is trash compared to all of Hoyo game. Scarlet Nexus story is very nice. What do you mean this? Okay, compared to the Hoyo games.
Your voice is fading, eh?
My voice?
That's better.
Hold on.
Yeah, your voice was
Hold on.
fading.
It's cause I leaned I leaned I was listening to Fat Joe. I was leaning back.
So I
Uh
played Scarlet Nexus. I've not finished it yet. I loved it. I liked the graphics and I liked everything about it.
Final
There's
Fantasy
nothing.
Tactics. Oof.
There's nothing that really grabbed me though about it, like that, like really pulled me in to say,
About Scarlet Nexus?
yeah. But I haven't played far
Wow.
enough, man.
That's crazy. Scarlet Nexus was my game of the year when it came out. I'm forgetting what year it came out. I remember it was my game of the year, but okay.
2020, 2021, I think.
Yeah, that was my game of the year that year.
Was the story good?
Yes, it was
Oh,
exceptional.
alright.
And
No, like
Rachie's
I'm
saying
playing
these
it,
stories are
but
even
like,
better. I don't struggle to believe it, honestly, because like the best stories that I've seen in the last 10 years have come from like China, Japan, Korea.
nah.
So
The best story
it's
that
not
I've
so
seen.
unbelievable.
Have you finished Phantom Liberty?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was good.
What did you think of that ending? It
It was
just
good.
crushed it. Yes, yes. Like that.
Also,
That.
it depends which ending, because
So, what did you do? Did you save Nomi or did you save Idris or did you choose Idris?
I
What's his
I
name again
did
in the game?
both. I did both ending. I think there's three endings actually. I did all three endings.
Which one was your
So,
favorite?
uh, fuck, I barely remember. The one where Idris ends up dead in the train. That was my favorite
What?
one. Yeah, yeah,
Okay, like
yeah.
mine, like I chose the one where you sort of like there's missions that open up afterwards if you choose it, where I
Hmm.
hand Naomi over to Idris's character, but just the
Okay.
setup, dude, like that to me is what like that's what I look for, and that's what for me is lacking in so many games is that you're so attached to the character. You know that moment where Idris walks out of the elevator when you're at the airport at the top, and it's raining, and then he walks
Mm-hmm.
up and he confronts you, and you've got Nomi, like you're holding Nomi or you're carrying
Mm-hmm.
Nomi as she's dying. Like very few games give you moments like that day, and this is a legacy thing from like if you grew up like back in the
With the
PS2.
rain, with the rain pouring.
Yeah, it's so atmospheric, and like
No,
you now have
that
played.
was a moment. That was a moment. Like
That's
you
like
can take
a
that screenshot.
it's
You
like
can
a
take
Kojima moment.
yeah,
However,
yeah.
it's
Or one
just
of those
more,
legendary Bethesda games
or
specific
BioWare
moments.
back in the day when they were
Yeah.
firing on all cylinders. To me, I that's why I game is I every game I play, I always hope that you know what, there's a moment like this where I'm going to go to sleep and I'm gonna think about this tomorrow when I wake up and
Luscious.
break.
I don't want to be a prick about it, but I'm yet to hear one person that has played and finished one season of the Hoyoverse games that said the story was not super epic. Like I haven't heard
One.
people say, "Oh, the story's good." The people that have played and finished the Hoyoverse, at least one season of Hoyoverse, always tell me that dude, that was one of the best stories I ever seen, including Reichi. So
Yeah, but
until I play one of those Hoyoverse seasons, I'm not gonna join you on this bandwagon crapping on it.
I'm not crapping on it. I'm just saying, for me, those are the moments I live. I didn't say a negative thing about these games. I just said, for me, I look for those moments. And for me,
Yeah,
I can't get that from an anime type thing, unfortunately. It's the same reason I
that's
stopped watching.
crazy. That's why you stopped watching anime.
Yeah.
Dude, I watched Demon Slayer. Have you seen Demon Slayer yet?
Nope. I've never watched a single episode.
Wow, my
I
guy.
haven't finished the last anime that I finished, guess what it was?
What?
Take a guess. It starts with a C, ends with a K.
C and a K. I don't know. Which one is the last one?
Cyberpunk.
All right, it's fine.
But again,
It's
that's because
fine.
I liked Cyberpunk. I wouldn't have watched it if
Yeah,
it
yeah,
wasn't.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's my point that I'm making.
All right. So that's Ananta. I can't believe. All right. So we saw Ananta. Oshus,
Hmm.
please plug your channel. Tell people
Ooh,
where they can find you, what you're up to, and all the good stuff.
so I actually have shit to plug nowadays. Can you imagine that?
Finally,
It took a
finally.
fucking year. But these things happen. Like,
It only took you forever. It only
it
took you
only took
forever.
me a year since I started
Yeah,
considering podcasting. Literally a
yeah.
year. But like, yeah, so guys, we have a show tomorrow, same time as this show. Hopefully Taye and Local come through. So I said to Taye, you know what, let's take a break from just this whole Xbox and gaming thing. Let's focus on maybe some movies. Let's talk, because another thing that we talk about a lot is the MCU. So we might do the MCU, we might do Star Wars tomorrow, but it's going to deviate slightly from gaming, but it will still be somewhat gaming centric. So please join us. Same time, just a different place. I'll put up everything by tomorrow midday, the ads on YouTube, and also any other avenue that I'm available. So it's Oz the Wiz on this platform, and also on Twitter, it's Oz the Wiz. So please, guys, I love it when Fuzzy's there. Fuzzy was there with us for 4 hours last week. Same with Raichi. You guys are, I don't know,
Fuzzy is a real one. Is a real
they
one.
really like those guys, and
Richie
someone
too.
else.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm forgetting someone else, but they were awesome. Tai, I see is in the chat. What's up, Tai?
Yeah. All right. So that's Oshus. Thank you everyone for watching. We will see you tomorrow at Oshus' show on his channel, Oz the Wiz, on YouTube, and on Saturday for bullsitting with me and the rest of the gang. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Cheers, guys.